Hey everybody, Dr. Chris, orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine physician, and today I'm gonna react to NFL injuries, 2018 edition. So here in Canada, we're approaching the end of the football season, the CFL. We're like 2 weeks away from the Grey Cup, and in the United States, you're about 2 months away from the Super Bowl. So I thought it would be a great time to react to some of the injuries that have gone on in the NFL this season. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to check out Dr. Reacts to World Cup soccer injuries. With that being said, let's get right to it.
What'd you say?
Even though I love football, and even though football's been a major part of my life, because my schedule is so busy, I don't really have time to watch the NFL or follow the NFL regularly, so these videos are gonna be a surprise. I do watch CFL, obviously, like, I'm in Canada. Go Red Blacks!
Harris is in there, they go for two.
Let's watch the videos. Okay, so I'm gonna watch this first one here. Okay, so we see the receiver. Boom. Defender is running downfield, and as he decelerates, his knee goes into hyperextension as he plants his foot. Let's just play this a little bit more here to see what's going on. We got the slow-mo, puts his foot down, boom. There we go. He checks up, trying not to collide with the already down player. Okay, so that's Earl Thomas from the Seahawks. I would venture to guess that he's had probably a tibial plateau fracture, plus or minus a ligament injury of the knee, and that right there is a season-ending injury. He's gonna require probably some surgery for that, a long period of immobilization, followed by rehabilitation, and it's gonna be a while before he gets back to playing football. Let's go on, number 2. So let's check it out. So we have Okay, so we have the quarterback here for the San Francisco 49ers. This is Jimmy Garoppolo. He is running towards the sideline. When he plants his left leg, his center of gravity is inside his plant foot and behind his plant foot. Now with his knee in that valgus loaded position, he suffers what appears to be a ligament injury, and I'm almost positive that this is an ACL injury of the knee. And then he gets clocked afterwards to add insult to injury. Yeah, there he's being carted off the field. So I'll check that on Google afterwards to make sure, but I'm almost positive that's an ACL injury, and I would say it's an ACL injury until proven otherwise.
The star quarterback for San Francisco carted into the locker room.
So let's move on to video number 3. Let's just play. So we got the Rams versus the Seahawks. Boom! Oh, here comes the boom. All right, we have a receiver who has gone out on his route, and he's looking to make a reception here. The defensive back comes down and lays a licking on this guy. For sure, this dude has a concussion at the very least. We can see afterwards, he's just moving his hands, so the likelihood of spinal injury is much less, but at the very least, as I said before, this guy has a concussion. And this is a big thing nowadays with football, because we know that contact sports are associated with a higher incidence of concussion. It has been shown that many players in the NFL go on to have problems with CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is basically a repetitive contact injury to the brain. You hit people a lot, your head gets rattled a lot, you're gonna have problems down the road. It really is important that we try to teach players to tackle without hitting the head or without contacting heads together. I don't know the specifics about this. There may have been some penalties or some fines for the offender afterwards. Number 4, what do we got here? We have the Bears versus the Broncos. So what do we have? So let's see. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna have to slow that one down. Watch afterwards, because obviously he's in pain. I'm not sure he's grabbing his ankle. So let's watch the replay. Boom. Okay, so here we have the tight end running out for a pass, and as he does that, he's picked up by the defensive back. The moment that he makes contact, the tight end has got his foot planted on the ground, creating a shear force. So because the foot is planted and the leg is being pushed to the side, this is a great opportunity to cause an injury at the ankle. This could cause an ankle fracture or an ankle sprain, depending on the severity of the injury and the force of contact at the time. We can see that he's the tight end is able to plant his foot afterwards, and he's actually able to weight bear on it. So the likelihood of there being a fracture is probably low. He's definitely in pain. He's definitely having some problems getting up. I would say for this guy, Adam Shaheen, that probably he's got an ankle sprain, and I'd have to check that to make sure, but that's probably what he's got going on. Okay, so this is video number 5, and who do we got here? I think we got the Bengals versus Falcons. Boom. Okay, so we have a whoa. All right. Yeah, we have the receiver who is running out of the backfield. Okay. Slow-mo. Boom! Ah! We have the receiver taking a short pass out of the backfield. Defender comes downhill. He tackles the offensive player as his foot is planted on the ground, which is not necessarily a bad thing if the foot is able to slide or move. However, when the defender tackles the offensive player, he rolls up on the foot, which traps the foot on the ground in an externally rotated position. And you can see that he breaks his tibia just above the level of the ankle. We have a lot of force, they're running at speed, and we have a rotation on the tibia, and yeah, it doesn't end well. As I've said in another video, bones are very strong in compression, but they are crap in rotation.
But
all right, so we got the Raiders versus the 49ers.
Mostert, he was tripped up short of the first down yardage by McDonald. It's gruesome. You can watch if you want. An arm injury.
What is going on? Okay. Woo! Okay. Okay, now I see the slow motion. Yeah, that would hurt. We have running back who's been given the ball in the handoff, and the defender reaches out, grabs his leg, tripping him. As he puts his arm out, he just so happens to fall. This is pretty fluky because guys fall on their arms all the time, but he just so happens to fall at an angle, plants his hand, and there's a little bit of rotation that is occurring. And as I told you before, bones are great in compression, crap in rotation. As he falls to the ground with just that little bit of rotation, he ends up breaking his forearm, both bones of the forearm, and I can tell that because he's basically got a new elbow in the middle of the forearm. Yeah, he sustains a both bones forearm fracture. That will require both bones of the forearm to be fixated with plates, and that is also a season-ending injury. But, and I gotta give props up to my man here, because during the whole time, held on to the ball. My dude is as tough as nails, great ball control, brother. That's what I have to say. So for today, that's it. Doctor reacts to NFL injuries. I hope you liked the video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you liked the video, give us a big thumbs up.
Reasons. One, their leading scorer, Carmelo Anthony, 27 plus.
And share it with a friend. And as always, that's been a word from Dr. Chris, not your everyday warrior.